Hey guys, good evening everyone. Welcome back to our channel. This is Miss JD once again for our this February 9th episode of our daily stock market insights. And as usual, I am going to record my thoughts on the most trending stocks that we have in the Philippine market and see how they performed in today's market day. And then I will also try to project, forecast, whatever we call it, forecast the next possible movements by tomorrow. Okay, so before I get started, if you like this type of content, you're invited in this channel. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. Uh, and feel free to drop a comment if you'd like your stock to be reviewed. All right. So let me first start with the index. Index managed to cross the MA20 line. So this is really going to give us some good signs. Good signs that our index is starting to recover. This means that stocks in the uh, the index or our blue chip companies are also showing some signs of recovery. So good job on that. So I think with foreign buying now giving some attention to the Philippine market, so potentially we might continue to move higher and higher in the coming days. But for now, our next projected resistance would be around the 7,200 area. Because as we go higher and then we look to the left, I noticed this as our resistance. And then it was validated by the consolidation that happened here that acted as a support and was a resistance at one point. So this is a key level indeed because a previous resistance can become a support if the stock is in an uptrend, but if it declines and breaks that, then when it goes back again, that becomes a resistance. Now, with us triggering or breaking this previous resistance, we could be making this again as our next resistance. But I'm not saying it will totally move unstoppable, right? There will be some fluctuations along the way. We could even have something like this, like halfway, and then it goes back here and then continue to move up. Or we can have another scenario, which is just in the span of a day, we can do that and reach that, or just stay flat here and then move like that. Okay, so there are so many possibilities. So what's important is you know the key principles, right? Your once we break your resistance, that now can become your support, and then as we move higher and higher, your previous resistance can also become your resistance again. Okay, so let's take a look at the most trending stocks today. I'm really excited because which you might be interested as well to view. I'll be recording. I do document the progress of my portfolio on a daily basis, so I record that separately. But I'm really glad to see that a lot of my stocks in my portfolio are trending. So there are big movements sometimes for these stocks because they are highly traded. Okay, so let's try to take a look at Dito. Dito over here, we did a gap up and then pushed the price higher, and then we ended with a red. I think that's fine. It's just a normal reaction because a lot of us and a lot of you guys are already profitable, and the traders here are also going in and out of their trades in just a span of a day. So there are so many traders in the country, and they've been so profitable already. That's why they're taking some profit. So in the short term, I see this stock correcting. Okay, but with regards to the correction that we are anticipating, I don't think it is going to be very massive of a drop. I'm thinking if it is going to drop, I just feel like it could potentially go here around that area, or probably here, so around a 1410 level. So if you're a mid to long term investor for this stock, and at one point earlier you were feeling that it's really not going to let me add some more volume because the stock is really moving so fast and so high now, this will be your chance actually So let's take advantage of these dips, that minor corrections. Not, I don't think it's going to massively drop. So lowest that I can see would be 14.10 if it is going to drop. So that will be now our opportunity to add more volume, because of course as we go near the launch date, this stock is just meant to go higher and higher. You had foreign buying that happened today. Let me just add the foreign here. So you had foreign buying for the past how many weeks now, and all the declines that happened. So 1, 2, 3, only 3 days since January 12 to this day, all foreign, most of the transactions from the foreign investors are buying, and they're accumulating. So if the foreign investors are showing interest in this stock, I'm sure there's no reason for us to also doubt it. I'm not blogging, or I'm not hyping it up, but just the facts that I see it. Uh, Foreign investors are showing interest in this stock, so something big must be really happening in the background, and no doubt about it, because we all know the catalysts are there. We're expecting for this to go live really soon. Okay, finally, APL has awakened. So we've been doing sideways here, and this is a an expected behavior. So I was mentioning this in my previous videos, that we are just doing sideways, and the next possible movement could be for the stock to go higher. I was expecting for it to reach 0.18, 0.19, and at one point in some of the days they were able to hit that level. And with today's performance, it's a solid 17% increase in the price. So this now, for the past how many days, on my portfolio, this is looking red, but today it's now on the green side, like ACEN. Okay, ACEN over here, we ended with a red, but we're slightly higher because we did a gap up today. And I'm thinking, well, we will see, but this is also one of the trending and popular stocks nowadays, because of course the big potential of this company to grow um, even more, right? So I'm thinking we are in the short term at the resistance area. So at any time this stock dips, take advantage of that, and probably add more volume. So hopefully you were able to enter at a pretty good base here, right? Good base around the 6 peso level. So even then, if you're going to add more volume in the 7 peso area, you will still be at a cheap level if you're going to have the patience really to wait for the stock to mature and continue to push higher. So that is what we are anticipating. I am anticipating for this stock to move, and potentially we're going to move higher and higher in the coming months. Hopefully by, I'm not sure, maybe 2-3 months from now, we could easily hit the 15 peso level. PHA is also giving us some good movements here. This is one stock that has been creating so much uh, news, right? Because of Squid Pay, right? So I know in one of the threads today, I was able to hear to read that you can now trade, if I'm not mistaken, trade cryptocurrency and Squid Pay, and this is brought to us by, of course, with PHA. I don't have the end-to-end story of PHA. Did PHA acquire Squid Pay, or is PHA the people behind Squid Pay? So I need to find that out. But because of Squid Pay, PHA is rallying. So that's the main gist there. Okay, so the nearest resistance, if you're just simply trading the stock, is very near the area where we are at as of this time. So that is just like a 10% increase if you're still going to push for an entry right here. But conservatively, if you want to haggle, the nearest area of support would be your 250 level. So if you're going to wait, for instance, but there's really no guarantee, right? If you wait for a stock to dip, then that will give you a 28% lift in the price. But let's say you haggle in between. Let's say you enter right here, 266, then that will give you a 20% gain. Now, I'm not saying it will totally stop there, but just on the conservative side, that could be your profit taking level. Otherwise, you wait for it, just wait for it. There could be some fluctuations nearby, and then eventually at one point it will break that. If the momentum is really there, the buying sentiment is really strong, then we could easily break that. BDO, okay, showing us some signs of recovery now, but at the moment you are at a possible resistance. Okay, this used to be a resistance right here and over here. So the next one would be right at this level because of this one. Okay, so the other day I was already mentioning that, oh, if it goes down, I will try to enter, but while I feel that the stock could be an attractive stock, I'm just managing my portfolio. I don't want to have so many stocks in my portfolio. Um, at least I could play around with my average for these stocks and eventually bring it down, because I only have, well, 10 is already too much technically, but these stocks that I've picked, I believe in them. So we'll see. BDO, we could meet again soon. Mary Mart. Mary Mart got rejected at the MA20 line. Okay, so we made an attempt to break that. So let us see if it declines. Will it just go back to the previous support, or will it create a lower low this time? So I'm just putting our marker for our support right at the 6.63 level. So hopefully we are just going to do sideways there before it goes up again. Okay. Yeah. So overall, look at Mary Mart for mid to long term. That's my recommendation for you. So some may have a different profile. You could be a trader, so this type of stock will not be of your interest, okay? Because this is going to be a bit slow moving at this point, unless there's a major news, right, that will really push the price significantly. It's like Double Dragon, really slow. BSC. BSC, okay. What could this be? Okay. So on a weekly chart, looks like the area where we are at right now is creating a support. We are creating a support at that level. So we are going to observe. This is really pretty flat here. So I'm thinking you can even create a Darvas box here, and could be from here to here. You do that, range trade this, but the most ideal setup is you wait for it to break out of that box, so you have a confirmed uptrend. But right now, in the area where I plotted, this is the support level. So hopefully it doesn't break that, but if it breaks that, then it could go back to the 0.70 area. So that's my outlook. This is an area that we have to observe. Failure to proceed to the upside, then of course, you know where it will go. It will drop, but up to which point? Up to the 0.71. That's the area I'm looking at. TBGI. Okay. So there are a lot of speculations about TBGI, because we all know that TBGI is into building towers, right? So they could towers for telecommunication companies. They could have some partnerships, or this stock could have some partnership with Dito in the future. So that's the speculation uh, that people are having for this stock. I don't know the exact news for this, but that's just anticipation of the public. So this could be the reason why this is also moving to the upside with a volume of this kind. Maybe something is going to happen here, right? So I'm thinking 0.38, let's just use this base as our possible support. So let's take advantage of this high volatility. When your Bollinger Band is widely open, that's highly volatile. And like this stock or this area over here where it's consolidated, then movements are just limited. And like this one, big opportunities, but double-edged sword. We could be very, very profitable, or we could also enter at a very expensive level and then eat it, right? Okay, so that's the area I'm looking at for a possible support for TBGI. VUL. VUL is continuing to push higher and higher with foreign buying. So let us see if it is going to continue to move up. I don't know where is the next resistance for this one. Okay, we managed to this. If you'll use this, this could still be part of a resistance. We're on a weekly chart, by the way, because I want to see the bigger picture here. So 2 weeks straight of foreign buying. So what is the story here? I don't know. Please comment down below, guys. Maybe there's something that I may have missed that's really triggering the big moves of VUL. But in case it fluctuates and it drops, I'm expecting for it to go back to the 2 peso level, 2.03, and then continue probably pushing higher. Now let's go back to the daily chart. How does it look like now? Okay, so here's the condition. We are currently situated at a resistance area. If we cross that path, then chances are we could have a continuation, right? We could have. So that is the all-time high. Yeah, that could be the all-time high. And once we break an all-time high, you know what happens there, right? It's the people who will decide where the resistance area is. So it could be a big jump, really. Okay. So two things. Let's wait for it to break out, or we'll wait for it to go down to the 203 area. Where is Converge? Converge also continued, pushed the price higher. So a lot of the stocks are really rallying today, no? So I'm not sure if it is even going to go back to the 17 peso level. But in case, then just try to take advantage of that, or otherwise maybe around the 17 level. That's where you enter and then wait, because this is currently at as well at a 52-week high level, but we got rejected here. So I wonder what could that mean. So maybe we could have some continuation of profit taking activities tomorrow, and then it could drop some more. So the nearer you are to the 1711, the better. That's the nearest support I'm looking at, because that also is very near your possible resistance here. So this could be a significant level for us to observe and probably do test buys. So it's fine if it drops, but not significantly, like not too much of a drop. So at least people can re-enter and do average down, because we're already at the overbought level. Right. AR, okay, looks like since we crossed the MA20 line, second day of being down below here, I'm not really expecting too much from this stock. So good thing I already entered. So this is one of the um, less action. I tried to enter right here, but I did not really succeed. But I was able to gain very, very tiny amount. But the good thing I was able to enter right before it went back to the 51 and right before it crossed the MA20 going down. So what is my expectation? it will potentially go down some more and then go back to the point 0038, and then from there we will see if we can have some recovery right after that. Okay, JFC giving us some signs of bullish movements as well, but you got a resistance here, guys. Just take note of that. Unless we break the MA20 line and cross successfully beyond the 185 area, we're still not safe. We could be rejected again and then go back here. But if the index is really showing some promising signs, this could just follow the overall sentiment of the people towards the index stocks. DFNN. Okay, I don't know the story of this stock. Not, I don't have the bigger picture here. But if I'm just going to look at uh, if I'm just going to observe the technicals of this stock, we have just started to trigger the upper Bollinger Band. That's one, coming from a constricted phase. So we all know that when we start triggering the upper band, significant moves towards that direction could happen soon. And then we have a foreign buying that happened. So if you still would like to enter here, the nearer you are to the 519 area, the better. So probably take advantage of those dips or place an order, maybe 520, 522, and then just wait for your order to be executed and then wait for it to continue moving higher and higher. How are we? How far are we from the bigger picture? Yes, there's still a big picture to look forward to in here. We're just halfway in terms of recovery, right? This could also mean a cup and handle situation, right? You know, when there's a cup and handle, then chances are it will continue to push higher. So that is what I'm seeing. MBT also gave us some signs of recovery yesterday, but today, a very minor movement. We could have some fluctuations within the day tomorrow, but definitely overall, since the index is starting to show some bullish signs, I'm thinking we could have more movements going up for this stock. Just take advantage of those dips. The nearer you are to the 48.18 level, the better. Okay, BPI, you're also very near a resistance, 86.96, but those are just minor fluctuations. Probably if it is going to decline, it'll just go back to your MA20 around 83.93 before it goes up again, because we're just starting to recover. Okay, the last stock for this episode is the MRC. MRC giving us some really bullish movement today. The way MRC was moving for the past how many days, it's almost similar to how APL was moving. See that? So I'm thinking, yeah, we could have the same movement in the coming days. Next area to challenge would be your MA20 line, right? MA20 line for your next possible resistance. Okay, so that is it. An interesting day today, and a promising day tomorrow. Hopefully, guys, we all have some good gains. Lock in some gains if you're happy with them, and let the remaining shares follow the trend. So if you like that kind of strategy, you can do that too. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the like and do subscribe so that YouTube will discover our channel. Okay, in the meantime, thank you and bye bye for now.